Yes, I just can. You'll probably be able to see the one that he left here across four ways. So they're enjoying it anyway. It's good fun and it just breaks the thing. But such as the organisation of the Southern 100 Club, that the inspection cars have gone round. They've picked up the retired riders on the way, one or two sighted there. But there seem to be quite a few kept going in that particular race. And the Sidecar race next on the agenda. As I say, it's their first one. They weren't scheduled to be out till tonight. And you've had Wednesday night and you've still got all day tomorrow to look forward to down here at Ballown in the Southern 100 Championship tomorrow. That should be a good old dice as well, I would think, if tonight is any indication to go by. Once their machines have been selected, Joey, he has been out on the 750, had that win. So the 30th win for him, and I'm pretty certain there's one or two more left in him tomorrow as well. So some interesting sidecars. Nice to see Michael Caine with his wife Celine passengering again. They were a little bit disappointed missing out at the TT, and they've got their particular machine going. We saw them out practicing. And Greg Lambert, well, last year there was a bit of a drama indeed, as they say, in BBC and Manx Grand Prix commentary teams when I think, if I correctly remember, you failed to identify the winners crossing the line.
The number one rule in commentating, never assume anything. Greg Lambert was leading last year's sidecar race and unfortunately broke down halfway around on the last lap. He had the same fairing as Mr. Bell. He was running third going into the last lap. Dave Molyneux was second. So unfortunately Lambert broke down. Bell got past Molyneux, and yes, always look at the numbers, not just assume or guess on the fairing. Well, they're all coming into the holding area now, and it's great to see Dave Molyneux and Craig Hallam. There were question marks about whether they were going to race this week. What we can give you is an update on tonight's six-lapper, 25.5 miles, the Agrimark Formula 2 sidecar race. The non-starters first, they are number 9, number 11, number 12, number 14, number 17, and number 20. And there's also some change of passengers, and Greg Lambert is not now being passengered by, they're being assisted by Lee Aubrey. It is now Ivan Murray. That's Ivan Murray and Greg Lambert on the 600cc Windle Yamaha. That's so Lee Aubrey's not on, it's Ivan Murray. And the other one change is Steve Moore has replaced Rob Reynolds as passenger for number 13, Roy Tansley. I'm going to be a little bit cheeky, I think, and see if I can get up and have a word with some of these chaps as they're getting ready to go. Now, they're in their grid positions, so we'll give you the grid positions as well. On the front is number 2, Ian Bell, partnered by Neil Carpenter. Just behind him is Jeff Bell and Dave Wells, number 6. Then it's number 4, Roy Hanks and Phil Biggs. Dave Molyneux and Craig Hallam, they're 4th on the grid. 5th on the grid, Greg Lambert and Ivan Murray. And 6th on the grid, it should be Kenny Howells and Doug Jewell. Yes, they're moving into position here in the holding area. And number 8, Rod Bellis and Jeff Knight. Now I'm just going to sneak over here and try and get a quick word with Dave Molyneux. Hello, Dave. At one stage it looked like you wouldn't compete tonight, but you're here.
Yeah, we'll just take it easy, see how things go. You know, Craig's still in a bit of pain from an accident at the weekend.
So what exactly happened at the weekend?
We just had a bit of a tumble at Scarborough. It wasn't a big accident, but you know, he's damaged his shoulder, and I think the biggest part of it was a trapped nerve, and that seems to have released, and he's a lot fitter today.
Right, you better let you go, Dave. And I better get away out of the way of the traffic now as they leave the holding area. Dave Molyneux there, and it just goes to show how important Craig Hallam is to Dave Molyneux. It's not just all about Dave Molyneux, that he'll rather have Craig Hallam and not 100% fully fit Craig Hallam in the chair alongside him, as all of the rest of the outfits all start coming through here. And it's fantastic sight, one of the best sights, not only at Cross Four Ways, but I think has got to be opening lap Ballycagan, when all these outfits scream up there and trying to jostle for the first one to get out along that long straight past the Iron Gate. So as I make my way to the start and finish line, Roy Moore, Sidecars.
Yes, we're looking forward to this one, Dave. As you mentioned, the passenger, very vital part of the equipment when you go around here, because obviously with the chair on the left-hand side, if the passenger's not in the right place to keep the back wheel down when they get pointed in the right direction, well then, practice the other night, we noticed the back wheel was lifting up off the air, and the sidecar wheel would then come back when the passenger moved over onto the back wheel. But certainly an excellent place to watch now. Well, at Ballabeg, that's a good one. Ballakagan, as you quite rightly point out, is an excellent place to watch on the first lap as they all jockey for position. But there's a great camaraderie between the Sidecar crews, and all they want is a safe trip round as well. And certainly it's pleasant to watch the way that they operate in the paddock as well. If anybody's short of a spare bit of this, that and the other, well then certainly it's available here, there and everywhere from all the riders. They just keep one another going. Just before we hear them coming down, we had the pleasure of being at Darlington Golf Club at the weekend on a golfing trip, and we talking to the barmaid behind the bar, a pleasant lady of about 18 years of age, and we said we were from the Isle of Man, or she asked were we from the Isle of Man. We said yes. She said, my dad's driving a Sidecar over there this next week in the Southern 100, and it's number 18. It's Lenny Pallister and Ian Mariner. You'll see in the programme that they both are from Darlington. I introduced myself the other night, and he was quite pleasantly surprised how somebody walking round the field at the Southern 100 could have just talked to his daughter 24 hours earlier. But that's just an incidental story, because the Sidecars are here now on their warm-up lap. They'll get the tyres nice and sticky, because that's another vital part of Sidecar racing. And it's a Bell who's leading by the distinctive fairing. It's number 2, it's Ian Bell, and brother number 6 right behind, Jeff. Number 4, the Hanks, there's Molyneux. They're all grid positions by the look of it, so they're holding it. Number 19 just shaking its head a little bit as it comes in. Keith Walters, 16, 21. Last one through, Andy Kinsella, 22, passing just over the back. There's Dave Corler keeping the back wheel down. Number 10, 13, 25 and 18. There's the man we were just talking about right at the end. Well, not quite at the end, because it's number 15, Alan Langton and Jamie Scarf, and just have trouble gauging the gear, but there's still one more to come. And again, front end shaking there viciously as he puts the brakes on for cross 4 ways. And number 24, so we haven't seen Celine and Michael Caine, but I think I did hear you say they were listed as a non-starter. So another clutch start, Dave. I'm pretty hopeful that this time you will select a very safe position down on the bypass there. We'll return you now to describe the start.
Yes, I think you've certainly got the best position. How many cups of tea have you had now, Roy?
Just the one, Mrs. Wembley.
I take it there's no toilet facilities down there as well, so you're probably best sticking to the one cup of
We don't talk about that.
Yes, I think we'll have one leg in, one leg out is probably the best position. And if someone could all start putting their coats down alongside me, so if I do need to jump out of the way, I'll have a nice soft landing. Yeah, the cars aren't in. I can confirm, though, that, yes, number 20, Michael and Celine Caine of Onken, on the Finnick TOR Honda, they won't be competing. They are down as the non-starters. We'll just run through those non-starters one last time. I'll give you the numbers. Number 9, number 11, number 12, number 14, number 17, and number 20. So as far as Sidecar events go, again, the entry list is excellent. Molyneux, Molyneux, Hallam, Bell, Carpenter, Lambert, Murray, Hanks, Biggs, Howells, Jewell, Bell and Wells, Biggs and Biggs, Bellis and Knight. The list is endless. There is a lot of people, a lot of contenders here for this victory tonight. But of course, these sidecars, their engines are very, very temperamental. They could go, they could blow, these Formula 2 engines. So it's going to be very interesting. It's not just who's the quickest, it's rather like the Grand National, who is the quickest and who can stay the pace. As they line up on the grid, they won't be getting away for a few seconds yet. We'll just go through that grid list again. Pole position, Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter. Jeff Bell and Dave Wells second. Third, Roy Hanks, Phil Biggs. Fourth, Molyneux and Hallam. Fifth, Lambert and Murray. Sixth, Howell and Jewell. Seven, Bellis and Knight. And eighth, Walters and Masterman, Gary Masterman there. So we're waiting now. We're looking as if we're getting ready to go. We're still waiting. We're still waiting for the sign that things are about to go. They're checking at the rear, making sure everything's fine. From this distance, someone's walking around in the middle of the outfits there, in the middle of the chairs. Whether we're going to be delayed or not, I don't know. We can sit tight and wait. But just when they do get away, just listen to the roar of these Formula 2 engines. Yes, here we go. Get ready. We're about to go. And here we go, the final race of the night, and it's Bell. Yes, Ian Bell. And Molyneux second place. Yes, Molyneux absolutely on the limit. He came screaming up on the outside there from fourth on the grid, up into second place though. Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter were the first lot in. Everyone's away safely, but what a start, and what a very, very frightening start. Like one massive metal carpet just sliding, well, not sliding, powering up the road. But certainly there we had the top three was certainly, well, Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter, Dave Molyneux and Craig Hallam. It looked, I would say, Roy Hanks and Phil Biggs were third, with Jeff Bell and Dave Wells fourth. And Roy, you can look forward to this lot coming through any second.
Yes, not quite any second, Dave, I wouldn't have thought, but certainly not too long before we can hear them. They will be able to see them shortly. There's not a great deal of room on this particular road as they come down here towards us, and they've got to sort themselves out. They'll have sorted themselves out for Ballabeg. They'll have accelerated away through there, through Balla Whetstone, through Williams Corner, down past Roy Gelling's farm, homes for good, spuds for good homes only. And they'll be now in the Black Dub area. It certainly sounds as though they are. They'll be coming out of the Black Dub, cresting that little rise, just pointing it, knowing that there's a very, very hard right-hand corner here, and it needs an awful lot of brakes to get anchored up with the two of them on board. The passengers will be lying flat against the chair now as they hammer down towards us, absolutely on the stop. You can hear them screaming, those Honda and Yamaha engines screaming towards us. There's no machine interview as yet, but it won't be very long now, because here they are. Here's the cavalry, and it's Dave Molyneux, number one on the road, number one in the race, closely followed by number two, Ian Bell. Number 6 and number 3 goes up the inside. 5 and 4, Kenny Howells. Number 10, the last to go through, and number 7, Vince Biggs there as well. 16, 19 just on the inside. That's Keith Walters. 21, 23, 13. They're sorting themselves out, and they're all round safely. And there's number 15 and 23 and 24. It's numbers only. We'll give you the names later, but it's so hectic. But 24, just a bit sedate. And there's my friend, number 18, Ian Mariner. And they're all safely through. Well, that was tremendous, the approach here, and the marshal with the lights on the bike come through. You've got a treat in store when they all come through, but it was number 1, Dave Molyneux, from number 2, Ian Bell. That's first and second in the race, so Dave Molyneux from the third row up to first. What's the position at the start and finish, Dave?
Yes, and here it's Molyneux comes over the rise, and he's pulling away. He's certainly from number 2. Here's Molly. Here's Bell. And a big, big gap to third. Oh, who's this coming through here now? That's number 6. Oh, 3 abreast. 3, 6, 4. Oh, side. 16. 27, 22, 21, 13. Certainly Jeff Bell, he was, from where we were, we couldn't see him. Suddenly popped out from nowhere, from behind Greg Lambert, I think it was, and sort of second to going to third place. Oh, there's a retirement there. There's a retirement. Didn't catch the numbers around past. We're too busy looking at our programme for the notes. So yes, we'll give you Molyneux first, second Ian Bell, third Jeff Bell. Well, when I say third, there's nothing in it really. Jeff Bell and Dave Wells, but they certainly, as they came past here, were going for third and looked as if they've got it. Just ahead of number 3, Greg Lambert and Ivan Murray, with Kenny Howells and Doug Jewell just behind them in fifth. And when I say just, it is a thimble. It is a very, very small, you're talking inches, but everyone seems to be safely through. There was one retirement, as I say, I didn't catch that number, but Molyneux and Bell, at the moment, it's their race. Roy Moore.
Absolutely screaming. You could hear that Honda absolutely flat on the stop as he came in. We didn't know who it was, but it's got that same sound again. It's howling out. I'm pretty certain they'll hear that in Colby. But it looks as though it could be number 1, Dave Molyneux, absolutely flat on the stop coming down here. The lap record holder tight into the inside, down through the brakes, down through 2 gears. It's Dave Molyneux, but he's not that far ahead of number 2, Ian Bell. He's giving him a good old dice. Al Molyneux looks as though he's absolutely flying, and there's 2 absolutely together. Number 5 and number 3 locks the sidecar wheel and tucks him behind. Kenny Howells there, number 3, Greg Lambert, and number 8, the last of those to go through, Rod Bellis and and Jeff Knight. And number 10 is with us here now, Mike Ibbotson and Mark Fitzgerald. And number 7, Vince Biggs and Graham Biggs. And the tighter line there with the sidecar wheel locked up again for number 19, Keith Walters and Gary Masterman. And 27, Dave Corlett, as I say, keeping the chair down there for Steve Sinnott. 22 and 13, the last of them going through, Roy Tansley and Rob Reynolds. But a tremendous, those last pair actually on one of Dave Molyneux's machines. And as previous, there's some black marks on the road now as number 15, Alan Langton and Jamie Scarf complete that, but it's Dave Molyneux, but it's not all that far ahead off number 2, Even Bell. 24 and 18, they're the last through. What's the position at the start and finish, Dave Molyneux?
Yes, Molyneux through and Bell through, and the gap is widening. They're the two men, they are on a charge. They are screaming away and leaving the rest of the field and having their own race. Now, who's this in third? It's certainly not... It's 3, 5, 4, 6, 8, 3, 5, 4, 6, 8. That was third place, Greg Lambert now, and Ivan Murray in third place. Kenny Howells moves up into fourth. Oh, there's a wallet. Number 10 there, Mike Ibbotson, and Vince Biggs looking to get past him. He's sitting behind as they go over the rise towards Ballachagan. He's not going to get in before Ballachagan. It's going to be the straight, but yes, as they came through here, at the moment it's a 2-horse race. It's Molyneux, then about a second ahead of Bell. Third place, number 3, Greg Lambert. Fourth place, number 5, Kenny Howells. Fifth place, number 4, Roy Hanks. In 6th, it is number 6, Jeff Bell. 7th, number 8, Roy Bellis. And 8th, number 10, Mike Ibbotson, just ahead of, in 9th place, number 7, Vince Biggs. And it's going to be a 2-horse race, but as we said before, as Greg Lambert knows from last year's experience at this event, nothing is over until the fat lady sings. Now, I know that's associated with another sport, but it certainly applies to this one as well, as Roy Moore awaits the approach of Molyneux and Bell at
Yes, we're just waiting, looking down the road. That same distinctive sound. He's got to ride this hard to keep ahead, and it's only over 6 laps, remember. Yes, we're still looking down. Oh, it's absolutely tremendous, and only 6 laps. It's a bit of a dash as well. And the conditions have stayed off. That rain has stayed away as predicted. Ports of Mary looking quite good now, bathed in blue skies down that direction, and they'll be getting a bit of Castrol R up in the skies as Dave Molyneux absolutely hammers that DMR machine down here to us. And he's tight to that inside. He's trying hard. I think this could be a lap record for Dave Molyneux tonight. I don't know, but I would like to put money on that the way he's actually coming into cross 4 ways just to keep ahead of Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter. Dave Molyneux and Craig Hallam having to try hard, and I'm pretty certain Maurice Maudsley back in the timekeeping box there might be posting a lap record. 600 this is. He is the lap record holder, but here's that battle now between 3, 4 and 5. It's Greg Lambert, Roy Hanks and number 5 Kenny Howells and number 6 Jeff Bell keeping a sedate distance behind it with their respective passengers, but number 8 is here with us now, Rod Bellis and Jeff Knight, and this is lap number 4, so 2 to go after this one. They're on their 4th lap now. 5 when they start, they cross the start and finish, and they shouldn't be too far from you, Dave Moore.
Yes, so look at your programmes. Look at number 1, you've got first place. Number 2 is second, 3 is third, 4 is fourth, and 5 is 5. And here he is, here's Molyneux, and the distance is still the same as they were on the last lap. Dave Molyneux, Craig Hallam. And here is Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter in second place. So Molyneux, as you well say, Roy, I think we could be on lap record breaking speeds here. Quick note to mention that number 27, Steve Sinnott and Dave Corlett, they are a retirement. They are out of the races now. Here we come, the battle for third place, and it's spreading out this time around. Is it number 3, Greg Lambert and Ivan Murray? No, it's not. It's number 4, Roy Hanks, but Roy Hanks is in front. Greg Lambert's all over him. He's all over him trying to get past it. He's slipstream. I don't think he's going to get but somewhere along there between cross 4 ways and here, number 4, Roy Hanks, has sneaked in ahead of Greg Lambert, and Greg Lambert said, sorry, but I want that third place back. And he is fighting every inch of the way to reclaim that third spot, because at the moment it looks like there's the top 2 places, the way they're going. If they manage to stay the course, then yes, they're going to have the top 2, but it's the battle for third place. And Lambert, Hanks, Howells, any of those 3 currently you're looking at the third place. But wonderful sight. You could see Hanks. Where's Lambert? There he is, right behind him, all the way. I think Greg Lambert could have just touched out and actually got a toe from Roy. the back of his engine. But anyway, to Roy Moore, this is a fantastic race, especially as third place is concerned.
Yes, fifth lap, and we'll be looking out for that third place. We don't give enough credit to the passengers, I must admit. We just look down, but you can hear Dave Molyneux screaming down towards us here now. It's absolutely on the limit, I must admit. No rev limiters on these, I would think, but there is a rev limiter, and he just tucks it in very tight, exactly the same line each time, and there's no much more distance between him and number 1 and number 2, Dave Molyneux, Craig Hallam, just hanging on to that advantage. The same between Ian Bell and Neil Carpenter. It's two entirely different lines to get through Cross Four Ways. Dave Molyneux down the centre of the road. Ian Bell tends to go away from Cross Four Ways, tighter on the inside, swings it round a bit, but we're looking down to see who is in third place. It looks as though Hanks has got it. It's number 4, Roy Hanks, from number 3, but only just. Greg Lambert right behind him, followed by number 5, Kenny Howells, and there's number 6, Jeff Bell. So the numbers are the race order. It looks so, very well pointed out there, Dave. And they accelerate away down now to Church Bends, the right and the left, the sweeping left, which again the passengers got to work hard on at that. But the last time they went through, Dave Molyneux and that battle at the front wasn't far from you, Dave, at the start and finish.
That's right, so we're waiting for Molyneux to come through now. This is him, but this is him, this is Molyneux. And goes out, Dave Molyneux. He's a bit closer to this time, but now moves out to the centre of the road. Through he goes, and it's over. Gained a second. He's pulled a second on Bell. He's got the advantage there. Yes, didn't sound too good going up the road there, Ian Bell, but hopefully he'll keep it on the limit. But now the battle for third place. Is it going to be Hanks? Is it going to be Lambert? Is it going to be Howells? Oh, they're side by side. Lambert's looking. Hanks is there. Oh, they're touching there. No, look! My goodness! I've not seen that before down here. Greg Lambert sneaks ahead of Roy Hanks. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. There was between them, and I'm not talking tip to tail, I'm talking side by side. Greg Lambert, though, as they got up to Ballycagan, had the little spurt. Maybe Roy Hanks thought, whoa, let's just sit back and on the last lap here, but that was wonderful. So it's number 1, Dave Molyneux, Craig Hallam. Number 2, Ian Bell, Neil Carpenter. Number 3, Greg Lambert and Ivan Murray. 4th is Roy Hanks and Phil Biggs. 5th, Kenny Howells and Doug Jewell. 6th, Jeff Bell and Dave Wells. Over to Roy Moore.
Yes, we just had number 15 there trying to join us. Alan Langton and Jamie Scarf give us a bit of a smile. They just took the quick route through. And here's number 18. 18 there being Lenny Pallister and Ian Mariner. I don't think they're going to be lapped either. Or 23, Horst Welchek and Carl Morgans. I don't think they'll get lapped because they're looking back, but we're looking for. This is number 24, Dave Molyneux. 24, that isn't him, that's Billy Quayle and Gareth Lacey. Garth Lacey, is it? Gareth, no, we were correct the first time, but here's Dave Molyneux smoking the back wheel as he anchors up, and that distance has remained constant throughout the whole race. And I think number 2 there, Ian Bell, decides that enough is enough. He's not going to catch Molly and kind of backs off a little bit, just has a look over his back shoulder to make sure that chasing group, which we can hear approaching us now, on catching him. So it's 1 and 2 on the race, 1 and 2 on the road. Ian Bell there hanging on to second place, but we're interested to see. We'll just about have enough time to go through it, but it looks as though number 3's got it. Greg Lambert's got it from Hanks, from number 5, Howells. That is the order, and that's going to be tremendous. We don't want to miss that, Dave, but I think Dave Molyneux well in advance of this and receiving the checkered flag. Over to you.
Yes, fingers. Is this Dave Molyneux? No, that's a back marker. We're waiting, fingers crossed. We should have Molyneux through, then it should be Ian Bell second, Greg Lambert third, Roy Hanks fourth. Here we are, Molyneux's there. Molyneux takes the checkered flag, punches the air. Oh, this is a very popular win. Ian Bell comes through for second place, but Craig Hallam there, very gingerly, sitting up, giving this little smile, but he must be gritting his teeth. But maybe right now he can't feel the pain. All he can taste is the sweet smell of victory. But this third place, who is it going to be? Is it going to be Lambert and Murray? Is it going to be Hanks and Biggs? Is it going to... As they came, it was Lambert here. Oh, who is it? It looks like Hanks. It's Hanks. Roy Hanks is going to take third. Oh, Lambert's having a look around. Oh no! Did Kenny Howells come from? My goodness, what a finish. And I shouldn't mention the TV, but I can't wait to see that again. Roy Hanks takes the place. ahead of Kenny Howells. We couldn't see Kenny Howells because he was tucked in right behind Roy Hanks. Greg Lambert has to settle for 5th place, but what a finish. Roy Hanks takes 3rd, Kenny Howells 4th, and Greg Lambert 5th. Roy.
Tremendous, Dave, and well described there at the finish, because I can just imagine what you were going through, being such a distance away, but you've got a bit of work to do now, as we described, and I think it's a pretty unique, although Dave Molyneux one was on such a pace for 6 laps, I think I'm right in saying that nobody got lapped, so everybody going well in this particular sidecar race. But Dave Molyneux had it. He led from the front. Well, not from the front. He was on the 3rd row of the grid. But soon as he got into that winning position, that 1st place, he kept it. But a tremendous ride there, I feel, by number 2, Ian Bell, because he didn't let him go ahead. And Molly had to work hard for that. Here's Jamie Scarf now, number 15. Alan Langton on the controls. Jamie Scarf keeping the back wheel down as you make your way up through, and they're jockeying for position now as 18 and 23. These are still on the same lap, so everything going quite well for them. Horst Welschuk and Carl Morgans on the 600 Yamaha, both from Leamington Spa. And I think that completes the field as the sun comes out here just at the end of this particular sidecar race here at Cross Four Ways. I'm pretty certain, Dave, that you won't be too far away from the interviews at the start and finish.
No, not yet. It's the old famous Annika Rice going here with the shorter blonde hair and a little big backside here.
You're just a couple of things missing from Annika, I think.
Yes, a couple of things missing from Annika. That's Braddon and Santon, I think.
Well, we'll just take it. There's nothing to describe here, I must admit, the fact of the conditions. And we've had a tremendous night racing down here at the Southern 100 and brought things back on par. But after the dramas of last night, our thoughts are still with those involved. Are you anywhere near,
yes,
Dave?
Yes, well, I'll tell you what we'll do is before we get over to Kenny Howells, almost there, pulled it out nearly. He had to settle for 4th, but what a finish.
Yeah, it was a good race. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a bit, we got a bit area a few times with Greg having to sort of get by in places where most people wouldn't even attempt to, and making it a bit difficult for Roy and that. But it was a good race. Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Excellent. Okay, let's move on. Let's try and find that top 3 now, and as we move in. It was unbelievable. From my position, I just could not see Kenny Howells. I'm thinking, oh, Lambert's battling for it, but it wasn't. Let's see. Molyneux and Hallam. We're just coming up to them now. Struggling to get this outfit up here onto the rostrum. Dave Molyneux, well done.
Thanks.
That's especially with the pain that Craig must be feeling.
Yeah, he did a damn good job there. I don't know how he managed to. We had an agreement if he had any real discomfort to give me a knock and we'd just come in, you know. But he hung on in there, let me get on with it, and did a great job.
Now, we've not heard yet, but do you think that's a record breaker?
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, we had a misfire, and you may have heard it going past it.
Yes.
3 laps, and it was on every big straight on the circuit, so you can imagine it was hard work to try and stay in front.
After last year, you were second going into the final lap, and Greg broke down, and then Mr. Bell popped in front of you, so this must make up for that as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're all racing against good quality riders here. It's could be their turn next, you never know.
Okay, finally, after Scarborough, did you think you'd be up here tonight?
No, to be perfectly honest. Yesterday I didn't think we would be, but Craig gives a knock last night and said, come on Dave, let's go and get it together. And
here he is, Craig Hallam. How are you feeling, Craig? I bet there's no pain at the moment.
Yeah, there is a lot of pain, but no, we did the job. That's what we've come for, so quite happy. We didn't think we'd be doing it at all this week. We thought that was it, but I think I said hello to the fairies too many times and they're looking after me arm.
When did you make that final decision?
1:30 this morning, I rang Dave up.
And?
That's it. He said, we're doing it. I said, what? He said, your arm's bad. I said, no, that's it, we're all right, we're on for it. So here we are, and we've done what we've done.
Excellent, well done. I won't hold the proceedings any longer. Right, we'll move on. Let's see if we can find Ian Bell, is our second place man. Ian Bell.
All right.
Well done. You had him in your sights there, but you couldn't quite reel him in.
No, he's too far away. He's driving really well, isn't he?
Yeah, so what's going through your mind at that stage? You're thinking, have I got to tuck things in a bit quicker?
I thought Craig might drop off the back. No, I didn't think Craig would last because he had hurt his shoulder quite bad, but all Jews, he's done really well to hang on there. It's not the smoothest circuit in the world.
So what now then?
What now? Tomorrow. See if we can get it going a bit quicker.
Nice early night?
Sorry?
Nice early night?
I don't think so.
Right, okay, let's try and find Roy Hanks. Yes, right
Yes.
here in front of me. Well done, Roy. What a finish. What a battle for third place there.
Yeah, they don't play, do they? They weren't taking any prisoners then. No, I enjoyed it. It was. It's nice to know that the ticker keeps working, even when you get excited, you know.
Did you know that at the end there, that your position, because obviously coming down the straight for the start-finish line, you were in third place, but did you know how close they were behind you?
Not till I thought I'd just passed the line, then saw them.
Okay, what a fantastic finish. What a fantastic night, Roy.
On the podium, right, Roy.
Wondering whether I got my microphone switched off. We have, yes. And such is the organisation of the Southern Club that down here across four ways, the roads are now open. Traffic moving from Church Bends and coming from their various vantage points. And we've made provision. We booked in for 3 cups of tea tomorrow and various chocolate biscuits. So we've had a great night. I hope the Greater Manx radio listening public have enjoyed it. And congratulations to you, Dave. You're getting into the swing of it.
Yes, enjoying it. Must be something to do with the name more. But we've had a fantastic night. It's not just the commentating, though. It's the racing that makes it. Without the racing, then, I mean, we're nothing. I mean, these boys have been, after what happened yesterday, got on with the job. And it's smiles all round. And it's looking good for tomorrow afternoon. Manx Radio will be bringing you live coverage, though it will be on medium wave tomorrow, not on FM, but certainly if you're listening to us there across the water, we'll be here tomorrow, we'll be racing and keeping you up to date with what's going on. Thank you from me, Dave Moore, and from Roy Moore, no relation, and we'll hand you back to Paul Moran in Manx Radio Studios.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Roy Moore.
Manx Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You want great music?
1, 2, 3, in the place to be.
You got it.
Hi.